Welcome. Welcome, my dear friends. I welcome you all. Myself, Professor Dr. Rajendra Deshpande, would like to welcome you all in this video, which is having a very important topic in today's era. And the title of this video is ADHD. ADHD Ayurvedic treatment. Ayurvedic treatment. We will talk about more about Ayurveda. Attention deficit, cannot concentrate, attention deficit hyperactive disorder in the children, especially age group 4 to 18 years. But my dear friend, this problem can also exist in the adults. But the parents get, what you can say, the frustrated when their child is not concentrating in his studies. He is not following the command what the father and mother is telling him. They are not attentive. Rather, they are more mischievous, naughty, and not sitting at one place, sometimes burst out with their anger. That is attention deficit. Hyperactive, too much. This is hyperactive disorder. And this is very common even in India today. I visited America, Switzerland, Italy, Germany, Spain from 1993 2014, 20 years as Ayurvedic life counselor. There I found a lot of cases of these particular children, of hyperactive children. But now in India, in Maharashtra, in every state, we get this type of the problems in the children. So this is a genuine problem, and you must look this video till the end to understand the Ayurvedic philosophy behind this particular disorder. Myself, Professor Deshpande, I am MD in Ayurvedic medicine and MD in Ayurvedic physiology. My WhatsApp number is 922-6810-630. So this is attention. Now I am giving you the lecture. So the students or the you people, maybe the common man, maybe the doctors, they concentrate on my saying what Dr. Deshpande is saying, and then they try to understand because they want to digest this knowledge and implement in their life. But if you ask any, what you can say, the 7-year child or 10-year child or girl or adolescent, but if he is not sitting to look that particular incidents, to that particular lecture, seminar, online lectures, and they are moving just here and there, then that is attention deficit hyperactive disorders. This is related with the brain and the mind, neurodevelopmental disorder, neurological problem. That is what they say, persistent inattention. Once in a while, it's okay. Even we people sometimes cannot concentrate on what is going on in front of us, but that is occasional. But these children, persistent inattention, impulsiveness, and hyperactivity. They have always mood changes, sometimes happy, sometimes immediately crying, unhappy, grumbling, many times aggressive. Their anger is on the head, temper, tantrums, easy distractibility, and restlessness. These are the features of ADHD. What will happen if the child is suffering from this? There may be a problem of educational progress. There will be underdevelopment. Social interaction will be difficult. Social interaction with the parents, relation with the parents, relation with the relatives, relation with the neighbor, relation with the friends. So these children cannot accommodate properly in the social interactive. Can you see some features, diagnostic criteria of ADHD? Before giving a stamp, now my child is hyperactive, first see that this is a child, this is happening, be present before the age of 12. Then this particular inattentiveness, hyperactivity is not only at one place, that is present in multiple settings. Can you see? He is hyperactive at home. He is hyperactive at school. He is hyperactive at work. Then this particular inattentiveness interfere with or reduce the daily functioning, performance. Not be better explained by another mental health condition. You must rule out other problems of the mental health. The child may have depression. The child may have another anxiety. So all the other things you rule out, and then only you can stamp, no, nothing else is there, only my child is suffering from ADHD. It may be diagnosed by psychologist or psychiatrist. ADHD involving mana in Ayurveda, the manas or the mind. ADHD is diagnosed and treated as per the lines of Unmad. This is a particular disease in Ayurveda. Especially in the adults, Unmad can be compared with hysterical attacks, convulsions. But I am not saying ADHD is Unmad. I am saying understanding of pathology and understanding of treatment can be done parallel to the management of Unmad in Ayurveda. I am talking about Ayurveda. Causes, there are multiple causes. Genetic, yes, some 10-20% can be the genetic from the parents. Parents are also having this type of the nature, what you can say, the type 1A personality, hyperactive parents, mother or the father. There are also environmental factors. Children are basically alpa sattva. This is Ayurvedic word. Alpa sattva. Sattva means mind. So these childs are having weak mental strength. Their mental strength, I'm not saying bodily strength, I'm talking about mental strength, mental capabilities, mental performance is little bit on the lower side. In the presence of Shukra and Artava Dushti. Shukra means male gamete from the father. Artava, female gamete from the mother, seed. There may be problem genetically or Garbhaja Karan. Garbhaja means during the pregnancy. If the mother is not following proper guidance of Ayurveda, during the pregnancy, the child may suffer from ADHD. Environmental factors which can provoke Vata dosha and Pitta dosha in Ayurveda. Vata, Chalagun, mobility. Vata is always Chala, kinetic energy. When it is proper, it is useful, definitely. Vata, Pitta are useful for the body. But Vata, Chalaguna is more and more. Like for example, physically, mobility. If my heart is beating more than the normal, tachycardia. Are you getting my point? Normal, lup, dup, lup, dup, lup, dup. That is physiology. But lup, 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 that is abnormal. Similarly happens here. Lot of impulses are going on. And Pitta is because of the heat and hot, aggressiveness comes in the Pitta. Types, this is the reference DSM 4, DSM 4 TR. What is that DSM? Many Ayurvedic students, they don't know this modern aspect, modern reference of psychological books. They must remember this word. Ayurvedic students, please, please. Kai Chikitsa, 4th year students, you must remember the diagnostic and statistical manual. Manual means book, small booklet. Diagnostic and statistical manual of what? Mental disorders. And what is TR? Text revision. Text revision of this manual. And what is fourth edition? So this is the reference. Types. Mainly there are 3 types. First, inattentive type. They are not concentrating what I am talking. The child is not in his attentiveness while going on the lecture in the classroom physically or these online lectures. Ayurveda says inattentive, sthirata, sthira guna, stability is not there. That is pathological kapha and tamo guna. Tamo is alasya, laziness, lethargy, tamo guna, but abnormal tamo guna. Try to understand. Then second type, hyperactive or impulsive type, pathological vata dosha and rajo guna. This is mental faculty, rajo, sattva, raja and tama. These are the 3 important properties of mind according to Ayurveda, sattva, raja and tama. All 3 gunas are necessary for the functioning of mind. Sattva is a balanced condition. Raja is an activity that is needed, but this is hyper rajoguna. Tamoguna, control, is also needed. But this is excessive control, that is tamo guna, excessive bad type of tamo guna. Are you getting? And sometimes the children is having both those type of symptoms, combined types. So three types are there. Next, inattentive. How you can understand? Carelessness. These children are careless what is happening in front of them, what is happening with their clothes, what is happening with their food, what is happening with their bath. No bothering about that. Fails to keep attention in the task. Whatever they are writing, for example, essay, they are not concentrating. They are reading the books, they are not concentrating. If you talk with them, it feels that they are not listening what you are talking to you. Not listening. Does not finish instructed task. Till I come at home, complete these 10 mathematical equations. He will not do it. Poor in organizing skills. His cupboard, then his school bag, then his whatsoever the dresses, whatsoever the study material, he is not organized. He throw away here and there, and he can't find out afterwards. He don't remember where I have kept my that particular biology book, or whether I have kept my physics book. They don't remember. Avoid tasks that require sustained mental effort. They cannot sit at one place and study hard for 1 hour, half an hour. No. Loses the things. Many times he loses. Watch has been lost. Mobile has been lost. Easily distracted by external stimulus. Somebody is playing outside, he will immediately go rush to the window and try to look over there in spite of forgetting his homework. Forgetful in daily activities. Now, next is hyperactive. These children are always restless. Leaves the seat. They can't sit at one place for a longer time. Not more than 10-15 minutes. Immediately they go in the another room, do some cupboard work, then go to the kitchen, eat something. So not steady. Okay. Then runs about, always moving, climbing upstairs, going down. So inappropriate. There is no motivation for that matter. Cannot play or engage in leisure activities quietly. They cannot just sit and enjoy the film. They cannot enjoy the game. Talks excessively and always on the go. Always on the go. Where they have to go somewhere. Then blurs out answers before the question is completed. If the teacher is asking the questions in the classroom, they will immediately, without waiting for completing the question, has difficulty awaiting the turn. If there is a queue in the line and the students are standing one after another, they will try to rush and go forward to take the notebooks and whatever the answer sheets that the teacher is distributing. Interrupts other conversation or games. They disrupt. Always talk in between. When the another two, father and mother, are talking, they will engulf themselves in between the talk. Ayurvedic thought. These symptoms are similar to the condition of Vata Unmada and Pitta Unmada. For example, in Vata type, emotional instability, tics, for example, this one, a habit of some unnatural habit. Then this is tics, tics. Just blinking the eyes, just lifting the shoulder, just moving the hands. Tics, convulsions, talkativeness. Symptoms aggravate Vata period. That means after the food. Then in the evening, this type, they go on increasing the symptom. Less body mass index. They are not normal weight. They are having the less weight than the expected height and weight ratio. Pitta is always prominent anger, more disruptive. Upashaya with cool articles. If they are giving some, what I can say, the cooling type of the medicines or cooling type of the food or cooling type of the beverages, then they are cooled down. Self-ruining, ruin behavior. That means they will make a trauma to themselves. That is Pitta. So Vata type. Can you see? Easily distracted, hyper talkative, appears withdrawn, forgetful, exaggerated emotional responses. Vata type, confused in multiple tasking, tensed, always tense, what to do, confused. Okay. Then taking a long time to complete the assignments, trouble staying at task, difficulty in sitting still, trouble listening during conversations. This is also formed in the adult. Don't get misunderstanding. It is only in the children. It can happen with the adults also. ADHD, Vata Chalagun is increased. Chala means excessive mobility. Prognosis is always better if there is early detection and early management. So there is must be support from the family, from the office, from working place, from the relatives, from the neighbors, from the school environment. Some therapists are also required. Some nursing staff is also required to educate these people, to counsel these particular people or the children. Then Ayurvedic pathological aspect. Dosha is a Vata dosha abnormal, not normal. Chala guna vriddhi, mobility is increased. Hyperactive. Sometimes chala guna kshaya, that means no activity. Late or no response, non-attentiveness, that is zero chala guna. Mobility is zero and mobility may be 200. So these are the differences. Dushya, on which factor the Vata dosha is attacking? Majja dhatu, nervous tissue. Majja vah srotas and mano vah srotas related with the mind. Adhishthan is of course the brain and the mind. Manasa dosha, which are the manas doshas? Raja and Tama are excess, not normal. Rajo guna problem, Tamo guna problem. Treatment: Ahara, Vihara, and Aushadhi. Ahara means foodstuff, Vihara means lifestyle, and Aushadhi means medicines. Avoid the causative factors as much as possible. What does it mean? Avoid Vata Prakopak, Ahara, and Vihara. Avoid by which the Vata dosh get exaggerated. Food you should avoid. Beans, for example, beans, Vatul Padarth in Marathi, which will provoke the Vata dosha. So all the excessive eating of nuts, excessive eating of the pulses. So sometimes these Vatula Padartha, which are gas forming substances, are disturbing these particular children. Vihar lifestyle. Vata Chagalagun can be controlled. How you can control? Regular and disciplined lifestyle. You can make, the parents can make the timetables for the children for their activities. Try to take them to the yoga classes, teach them the meditation, breathing exercises like pranayam. Adequate night sleep is very important factor. To control the Raja and Tamo, what we have to do? We have to increase the Sattva Guna, and that is called as a Sattvava Jaya Chikitsa in Ayurveda. Sattvava Jaya Chikitsa means to improve or to maintain the Sattva Guna in our body. Psychological counseling. Ashvasana Chikitsa, assurance, don't worry, everything will be all right. Supportive and loving atmosphere, no hatred. No, we should not burst out on the children. They are bursting out, but we should be cool and calm. Take it easy. Music is very much important. Atharva Shirisha. Atharva Shirisha, yes, that is, the typical type of mantra chanting for God Ganesha. Don't engulf any religion. God Ganesha is not Hindu only. God Ganesha, I am talking, Dr. Deshpande is talking about a symbol of intelligence. I say that God Ganesha is a god of intelligence. And the mantra of that God Ganesha is Atharva Shirisha. You make them the child by audios, Atharva Shirisha every day. Keep it in chanting in your house. Make a record. Because you see the word Atharva Shirisha. Shirisha means head. Tharva means unstable. Tharva. And Atharva, stable. Atharva. So, by chanting or listening Atharva Shirisha, the child's brain, adult's brain can be, or it should be stable. It becomes stable, automatic. Just go on listening, Atharva Shirisha. Increase Sattva Guna by taking sattvic food, warm, freshly cooked food, milk, ghee, dates, sweet porridges, kheer, rice, wheat, green gram. Avoid Rajasic and Tamasic food like excessive spicy, chili, salty food, stale food, fast food, heavy to digest food like cheese, non-vegetarian, which can create harm in our body. Harm, metabolic toxin. Vihar, lifestyle. Ayurvedic daily regimen, the adults must follow. Waking up and sleeping time should be very regular. Regular exercises, walking in the open air, near to the nature especially, sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. Brain should be occupied in positive things. Cultivation of good habits like reading, listening, motivational speeches, motivational, painting, hobbies, craft. Avoid, avoid screen time. Computer, mobile, TV time should be reduced for useless activities like no gaming, no seeing films with violence, pornography, horror. You should control all these things, okay? As a Vata dosha is the main culprit, best treatment plan includes Snehana, Svedana, and Basti. Best Snehan, Svedan, Basti for Vata dosha. Oil massage, fermentation, medicated enema, Basti. Shodhana, that is detoxification of the body as per accompanying dosha. Vata dosha is there, but if there is aggressive of pitta, the child is very aggressive, hot tempered, then give the virechana, therapeutic purgation. If the child is always depressed and low mood, lethargic, then you can give kapha dosha treatment, that is vamana, therapeutic vomiting. Now, considering the organ, brain is the site of mind. So treatment should be given to nourish and soothing of the mind and brain. Pratimarsha nasya, only 2 drops in each nostril, that is nasal medication. Murdha tail, application of oil on the head is called as a murdha taila, because that oiling definitely reduces the dryness and chalaguna of vata dosha. Try to understand. To control vata dosha, oiling is the best treatment. 4 types of oil application: Shirobhyanga, massage with oil; Shiropichu, putting the swab here, vertex, putting the swab of oil; Shirodhara, Ayurvedic treatments; and Shirobasti with leather cap. Okay. Snehapan, which type of the internally you can give Kalyanaka Ghrita for Pitta dosha and Mahatiktaka Ghrita for Kapha dosha. Abhyanga for Vata Pitta, Kshirabala oil or Yashti Madhu Tail, Abhyanga massage, oil massage, Sudani. Vata Kapha, then what is that? Tun Gadadrumadi Tail. Tunga Dhrumadi Tail. Tunga Dhrumadi Tail from Kerala, Nadi Sveda. Then Shirotalam, packing of the swab. Yashti Madhu Taila with Amalaki and Jatamansi churna powders. Matra Basti, Kalyanaka Grita or Madhu Yashtyadi Taila. Matra Basti vary 60 ml only oil. Pratimarshanasya 2 drops Anu Taila or Yashti Madhu Grita or Kshirabala Taila. Then tablets, Shamana Chikitsa, palliative treatment, Bhratavata Chintamani Rasa, 1/2 tablet with Grita and Sharkara or with Kalyanaka Grita, 1 spoon with the breakfast. Vata Kulantaka Rasa, 1/2 tablet BD, morning and evening, with Grita and Sharkara, ghee and sugar, and Mridvikadi Kashaya, or you can give Mridvikadi Kashaya, 1 to 2 spoon with equal amount of water before food. Manasa Mitravati, 1/2 to 1 tablet at night with Prashama from Ayurveda Rasashala Pune, Prashama liquid 2 TSF. Rasayana Chikitsa, to avoid the recurrence of the problem. If the problem is solved, now you have to give Rasayana Chikitsa, Apunarbhava Chikitsa. Yogendra Rasa, 1/2 to 1 tablet BD with Yashti Madhu Kshirapak 20 ml on empty stomach. Tablet Mentat of Himalaya Company, 1 tablet at night. Pathya, Pathya means do's and Apathya means don't do it. You can take milk, cow's freshly cooked homemade ghee, carrots, Indian gooseberry, khichdi of green gram and rice, kheer porridges, spinach, fresh and seasonal fruits. But you should not take spicy and chili, sour, salty food, excessive tea, excessive coffee, bakery and junk food, heavy to digest, pizza, burger, cheese, red meat, alcohol, smoking. No. Drug addiction, absolute. So, my dear friends, this is very interesting lecture about ADHD and Ayurvedic treatment. So, but whatsoever the medicines I have mentioned, this is educational video. Self-medication by the patient is not expected, and I warn you should not do it. Okay. Then क्या आप किसी को भी, आपको किसी रिलेटिव को, किसी को भी हाइपर एक्टिव चिल्ड्रन का प्रॉब्लम है, मेंटल रिटार्डेड चिल्ड्रन का प्रॉब्लम है, सेरेब्रल पाल्सी है, मस्कुलर डिस्ट्रोफी है, एमएनडी है, तो डॉक्टर देशपांडे की जो आयुर्वेद एकेडमी है उसको आप संपर्क कर सकते हैं 9226810630। प्लीज व्हाट्सएप मी on this number, and then my team will guide you. Expert doctors, expert teachers are there, they are always with you. You can also demand PPT on demand, audios as per demand, videos as per demand, but all these services are paid, my dear friends. So I request all of you to like this video, to share this video, and ask everybody to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best for everything that you are doing. Maybe study, maybe medical practice, or maybe you're a common man. So I wish all